Morning, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get into today's video, Huawei App Gallery are back with another campaign. Yes, we have some coupons and some points back for you this month. It is very, very easy to do. So this campaign will be running from the 1st of May to the 15th of May. All you need to do is click on the link in the description below, and you will be brought to this page here. Don't forget, you need to download Blitz through the App Gallery, and it is very easy to do that. Again, the links are in the description. Once you open up the App Gallery, and you need to set your country to UK, Ireland, New Zealand or Australia, it doesn't matter what country you're from, as long as you set yourself one of those countries, you will be eligible for this offer. So points back, coupons, it is easy. So come to this page and just scroll down, and all you've got to do is claim your discount coupon now. So you can get the battle pass for half the price. Yes, easy as that. All you got to do is claim, and make sure you read the terms and conditions, click I have read and continue, and that discount coupon is now yours. There is also two coupons there for bigger bundles in Blitz that you can also receive. You can receive all of these coupons. It doesn't matter what one, you can receive all of them and use them all. So the next coupon, you have to spend over £15.50 and you get £3.50 off. Easy. And the next one, you have to spend £32 and you get £6.50 off of that. On top of this, with the points back, you will get 15% points back on your Huawei account, which you can spend in Blitz on whatever bundle you wish. It is easy. But don't forget, upon checkout, to check the points back T's and C's. Back to today's video. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, today we're going to talk about a topic that I think eventually is things. There's two things. Are both of these things together going to ruin Blitz? Now, ultimately, we're going to look at tier 10 for one of these. Well, actually, most of these, both of these topics. So the first thing I want to talk about is auto-loading tanks. Now, the game at the moment is just full of auto-loading tanks. And what I mean by that, I had a game recently, all seven players on my team was an auto-loader. And you get that because Wargaming, when they look at matchmaking, they only look at tank types. They only look at you can only have 3 heavies, you can only have 3 TDs or 3 mediums in a team. They don't look at it like auto-loaders. We have previously asked Wargaming to put that into account with the matchmaking, because it can just be a pain in the arse. And I mean, when I had the 7 players in an auto loaders, it was like I had 2 Yos, I had a T57 heavy, then you move over to medium tanks, we had a Progetto, and maybe another Progetto, and then you have things like the Batchat, and then you can have things like the Foch or the FV4W5. I can't remember exactly what tanks they were, but every single tank on the team was an auto loader. And if you work together, if you pick up a few players and work together, there's no stopping that. There's no stopping that. If 2 Yos come at you, or if two AMX 50Bs come at you in a platoon with 2 Progettos or 2 Batchats, you've got no hope whatsoever. You've literally got no hope. Now, I remember the days where there wasn't any auto loaders. There wasn't any. There was a couple in the game, and when they come into the game, it was something different. Things like the Batchat, things like the T57 and the AMX 50B. But now, what Wargaming seems to be doing is they're adding more and more auto loaders into the game. Now, some I don't mind. Obviously, things like the Batchat, that's fine. Things like the Progetto, because the Batchat, the Progetto were I mean, the Progetto is, we'll talk about that separately, but you've also got the TVP as well that Wargaming have added. But what Wargaming seem to be doing is making the autoloaders much better than they originally were. They were originally 3 shells, autoloaders, 2.5 seconds to 3.5 seconds, something like that, in between each shell, and that was it. But over time, they've just been making them a lot different. I mean, now look at the Progetto. As we've said, it's an auto reloader, which is much different and much better, in my opinion, than a normal auto loader. But on top of that, they have started bringing in tank destroyers. So again, I don't mind like 1 or 2 auto loaders for each type or something like that, because it gives the variety of gameplay in tier 10. But when they keep bringing the auto loaders, like, fair enough, the Progetto is something different, but then they add a TVP, which again, yes, it's got 4 shells instead of 3, but it's still not good when you've got so many autoloaders. And if that wasn't enough, they then bring in a couple more tanks like the Yo, which is a 2-shot autoloader, but you can also have it as a 3-shot, but the 2 shots does over 900 damage. Again, you have 2 of these on your team, because you can have 3 heavies, so you can have 2 of these on your team and an AMX-50B. You can also then have a TVP, a Progetto, an FV4005, and maybe a Foch. Like, it's stupid. I think what Wargaming are doing with all these tanks is just, they are ruining the game in a way, because there's just too many autoloaders. And I think the meta at the moment, the meta goes 2 ways at the minute. One, I think, is autoloaders, and I mean, look at the Foch. The Foch was absolutely fine how it was. They gave it an auto-loader gun. Like, there wasn't no need to give it an auto-loader gun. It was fine how it is. And it just now leaves tanks like the Batchat. I mean, what's the point playing a Batchat, really? Yes, it's a light tank, but there's so many better light tanks out there in the game, the T100, for example, when you can then just go and play a TVP. It's I think the auto reloading tanks in the game is getting a bit out of control. There's just too many. But another thing that I think is completely ruining the game at the moment is tanks like this. And I don't mean the tank itself, because I've always said I don't think the Concept 1B is overpowered in I mean, it's strong in certain positions. And that kind of position that it's strong in is what we're going to talk about. And that is hold down. Literally, the whole game right now is all about hold down. If you can't go hold down, you're probably going to get wrecked. I mean, not just heavies. You've got tank destroyers that go hold down. You've got medium tanks that go hold down. You can even have light tanks that go hold down. And I just think overall, the game is literally like World of Hold Down Blitz right now, because it focuses on hold down, and it's one of the things we look at. Firstly, one of the first things we look at in the game when there's a new tank: can it go hold down? If it doesn't go hold down, if it can't go hold down, it's not a fantastic tank. That's the first thing roughly we kind of look at. I mean, even this FV here, you could still go hold down. There's so many tanks that go hold down, and I'd like it different. I'd like it different because it's the same kind of playstyle. I mean, you've got the ST1 here. Yes, he's getting wrecked because he's just been stupid, but even that can go hold down. For me, it ruins the game, because if you can't go hold down, then there's not much else you can do. So I would like the variety of gameplay. I would like some tanks, especially in tier 10, some tanks that can't go hold down but they can side scrape, some tanks that can hold down but they've got no armor, like the Concept 1B, which I think is good because it only has the hold down thing that it can do. Other than that, I don't think it is a fantastic tank, but hold down on this thing is absolutely amazing. And there are tanks like the VK45 in tier 9 that yeah, you can go hold down, but you can also side scrape. There's other tanks like the KV4, you can side scrape, but you can't really go hold down. And I like that variety in the game, and that's what you need in the game. I mean, medium tanks now, it's not a fantastic medium tank if you can't go hold down. Look at the M48 pattern. The M48 pattern has always been known as a hold down tank, but it wasn't fantastic because it didn't have DPM to go with it. But now it's got DPM. It's got the same kind of DPM that all the other mediums have got, but it can go hold down. You've also got the T62 can go hold down. The T22 can hold down. You've got the STB can go hold down. You've just got so many tanks. I mean, the Yos, the heavy tanks. You've got the IS-7, the IS-4, the WZ-5A. You've got the Concept 1B. You've got loads of tanks. The whatever else there is. There's loads. The 60 TP there. There's so many tanks that can go hold down, and that for me it just ruins the kind of gameplay, you know. I mean, let me know what your thoughts are. Have you had enough of the hold down meta? What would happen? I mean, should Wargaming change this kind of meta? Should they buff some tanks and nerf some tanks to make the meta completely change? Because right now it's either an auto-loaded meta or it's a hold-down meta, and that is literally the way it is. Even medium tanks, every tank, you've got tank destroyers. E3 again, hold down. The chieftain could go hold down. There's so many. Excuse me. I can carry on for days because there is so many tanks that can go hold down. In tier 10 alone, most tanks, almost all tanks can go hold down. Obviously things like the Batchat, even the Batchat to some degree can go hold down. The Vickers again can go hold down. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you had enough of the hold down experience? Because it's been going on for a while now, and I'd definitely like to see the meta change in one way or another. I know we see the meta changing with mediums, heavy tanks, tank destroyers, when Wargaming buff certain tanks. Obviously, when they buff medium tanks, it becomes a medium meta. When they buff their heavy, like the heavy hit points that they did, it become a heavy meta. But that's all they really look at. They don't really look at auto-loaders. They don't look at hold-down tanks or speed or anything like that. And that is something that I would love for Wargaming to take a look at for the future, because at the minute, for me, the game is not boring, but it's a deciding factor. It's either a hold-down battle or an auto-loader battle. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With